Hi, my name is Amy, and I have been a full time missionary in Colombia, South America for almost 30 years now. I actually had a different video planned for today, but after what happened here yesterday in Colombia, I didn't feel like I could just sit down and make my normal content as though nothing had happened. For those of you who don't know, yesterday we experienced what is one of the strongest earthquakes that I personally have ever felt here in Colombia since I've lived here. We were at home and about 7:30 in the morning our house began to feel like it was actually in a wave pool is what it felt like. The earthquake came more in a wave than shaking, and it actually felt like our house was being picked back up and sat back down. It was so strong that you had to hold on not to fall down, and I have never been in anything compared to that feeling. It was very unsettling, and thank God that we're okay. But I feel very solemn today. My heart is very heavy today. It was heavy going to bed last night and getting up this morning to the point where I even considered not making a video this week just because of the fact that I didn't want it to seem like that I was, I guess for a better term, cashing in on the tragedy for a video or YouTube channel. And that's not the purpose of this video today. But I felt like I couldn't just not say anything. I'm thankful today. I'm thankful that I'm okay, that my family's okay. I'm thankful that last night I had a home to go back to sleep, a bed to sleep in, and I didn't have to wake up this morning mourning the loss of someone that I love. But there are many, many families in Colombia who did exactly that. They are waking up this morning grieving. There are people who don't know what they're going to do next. There are people who lost their homes, their belongings, and in many cases, their loved ones and people that they loved. And so today, I don't really want to talk to you about the video that I had planned. I just want to talk to you about Colombia. Because one of the things that I've seen here again and again in the years that I've had the privilege of living in this nation is that when people are hurting, Colombians come together. There are people praying, helping, giving what they have, and even giving what they don't have to spare. People are checking on others that they don't know. And I think that there's something very beautiful about that, and there's very beautiful about that in this culture. Because we are living in a world right now that can become so focused on ourselves, our lives, our problems, our plans, our needs. But something happens and it reminds us that we are not alone in this world. And you may not know me, and you probably don't know me, and I may not know you, but we can pray for each other. We can encourage each other. We can help each other. We can stop for a moment and look beyond ourselves today and ask, who's hurting around me and what can I do? And maybe that's one of the things that I'm taking away from yesterday. Life can change in a moment. And when it does, we realize how much we need each other. And I've lived in Colombia for many, many years, and I love this nation. But one thing I can say today is that Colombia is not forgotten. Colombia can feel sometimes like a forgotten nation. You hear a lot of the reports here, and it's always negative. It's always about the violence or about the drug problem or about the gang violence or about all of the illegal military groups. And it can feel like it's a nation that people would say, why would you want to be there? Why would you want to go there? You know, and I just want to say today that Colombia is not forgotten. And I want the Colombians to know that and to feel that, to know today that they are not forgotten. I know that God has not forgotten Colombia. And there are people all over the world today that are praying. People who have never met a Colombian in their life, people who are opening their homes, that are giving their resources. They're going into difficult places today to help. And that's what we do when we care about one another. We don't have to have all the answers, and we don't have to understand why something happens. Sometimes we simply need to stand with people who are hurting. And for those of us who follow Jesus, we know that when people walk through the valley, they shouldn't have to walk alone. So today I decided not to bring you my normal video. I'm just saying today that I'm here in Colombia and I am grateful to be okay, but my heart is heavy for those who aren't. And I'm praying. I'm praying for Colombia. I'm praying for the families who are grieving. I'm praying for those who are afraid and don't know what tomorrow will bring. And I'm praying that in the middle of all this, we can continue to see people. We can choose compassion over indifference, generosity over selfishness, and prayer over fear. We can pray for each other today. I can pray for you, and you can pray for me. And maybe that is exactly what we need right now.